Good afternoon, everyone. This is your host, LV, with the Plantation of the Mind. I'm back again for another episode where I just really want to have a conversation. As an elder, I'm over 50. I've been a husband. I am a father. I am a husband still, a grandfather even, one that has helped to raise foster children, to be a community servant, volunteering and doing a lot of things in my city and in my community. And I'm not trying to brag on myself. It's not about that. It's really about establishing who you're listening to, establishing that I'm not just talking from theory, but I'm talking from work being done over years, decades. And I just want to speak to you from what I've learned and the wisdom I've gathered, and not just from myself, but from the ancestors, from my father's generation. My father, L.V. Brown Sr., he passed away at the age of 75 back in 2017. I mention these things a lot because I want to connect what I say to not just words and the ability to be a good wordsmith, but to be a person that's living these principles, and that can bring receipts of living these principles, and that can tell you that if you practice the principles that I believe in, and that not just me, but the generation before me believe in, Black people, the culture of Blackness many, many years ago, before thug culture, before hip hop culture, before all of the lies that hijacked true Black culture, the culture that brung people out of slavery, out of Jim Crow, out of the oppressive tactics of a nation. The culture that I speak of, it's alive and well today, but it's not being practiced by the majority of the Black community. And there is a civil war as it is happening in Black community. And there are voices beginning to step up. There are voices beginning to step forward and say, listen, we've missed it. We've embraced a culture that's not our culture. We've embraced a lie, and we've wrapped ourselves in a blanket called victimhood, called I'm owed something. And these principles will not bless you, friend. Blame is not your friend. John Maxwell, we went to his conference. He was here in Midland, Texas today, and I got to go see him. And he gave us all one of these books of his right here. And it was an awesome conference and a great time. But in that, he said something that was so significant to me. It stuck with me. He said, excuses are no good. But he said, the worst excuse is the best excuse. Because your best excuse, you believe it. And you embrace your best excuses of why you can't. So he says that's your worst excuse, and that's your worst and worst problem is a good excuse for not performing, for not getting up and going after what you want and what you believe in. And you see, when you say racism, injustice, America, systems, culture, all of these things are the problems why my people can't succeed here. You're giving yourself an excuse. And the bad part about it is many in our culture and communities believe it. Not all, thank God, but many. And it's time for the elders. It's time for men like myself and older than me and those that have experienced some life to stand up and tell a generation, listen, you have been empowered by your Creator to have dominion and authority wherever you are. No man can take from you the image of God if you'll receive it for yourself. But the one thing you have to do is put down the blanket, that blanket that you wrap yourself in called blame, excuses for why I can't. That is one of the worst things this generation does to the next generation. It gives it this victim mindset. I wrote a book. It's called The Plantation of the Mind. And that is the worst plantation because it's not from without. There's a famous philosopher that said, if you have no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. You see, the plantation of the mind is an enemy within. The sad part about it is many people got this plantation mind from people that they loved and respected. Family members, heroes, great figures in the black community, athletes, politicians, famous and very successful people. They tell the generation, hey, listen, racism, injustice, nothing's changed. America is still just as broken and racist, and you can't make it today unless we fix these problems of racism and injustice and all of that. That is cancer to a young, thriving spirit. Why should I try if you just told me they're going to just take it from me? Even if I do all of the things and educate myself and sharpen myself and build my skills and build my abilities and all of this, they're just going to come and kick me down and take it from me at the end of the day. That's what you've just told that young person. So why try? And it is a cancer. And it's time for us as older people who've lived a little while to say to that person that would lie to that young person and say, quit lying to that young person. America is not perfect. No country is perfect. America is the best nation of the nations. All over the planet, people would take your place in a minute. And I'm talking in all of the nations of Africa and other places as well. They would take your place in a heartbeat. Now, I'm not talking about all, but many, most would take your place, black man, in a heartbeat. And yet we could sit here and we could sing that song of poor me. We can sing that song of why try all you want. But until you get up and until you take your talent and skill and sharpen yourself and go to the market, you're not going to get far in much. And so we that are older and mature, it's time for us to stand up and tell the truth. It's time for us to stand up and say, time out for giving shade to bad and lazy behavior. Time out for giving excuses of why you can't. Now, does that mean, hey, I'm going to go and everybody's going to open a door for me? Listen, friend, America is a capitalistic nation, meaning I have a business and I'm going to prefer my children over you, my nieces and nephews, friends over you. I don't know you. That doesn't mean I'm racist because I don't promote you because you have a better resume than my child. I have the choice to do that, friend. This is not a communist country where the government owns my business. So as you go to the market, maybe someone is not going to prefer you. Maybe someone is not going to say, yes, you've got the best resume and you're the smartest and brightest. Come in and be the chief operating officer of my business. Probably won't happen for you. Go build your own. Go knock on another door. Go do something that they can't help, but put you where you say you belong. You see, there's opportunities all over the place. And if one door shuts, there's plenty more that could be open. Matter of fact, build your own door. You have that right here in America. And it's time to quit complaining and quit allowing yourself to be told you're a victim and everything's against you. Everything's not against you, friend. Everything's not for you either. But that's okay. Go take your gift, your skill, your faith, your abilities to the market of life. And don't focus on what's not for you because you'll draw that to you. Focus on the open heaven and the open door that is for you. That's my encouragement to this younger generation. My name is Elvie Brown, and I truly want to help you, my friend. God bless you until we meet again. I would love for you to communicate with me. Give me a message. I'd love to bring some of you young people on and have a conversation, someone that thinks differently to me. I'd love to take my beliefs and your beliefs and let's sit down and have a conversation so that we can have some dialogue that could be helpful. Maybe you help me to see what I don't see. God bless you. Until we meet again, this is LV with the Plantation of the Mind podcast. Have a blessed day.